Hello everybody, this is Helena and this is my first live Facebook video on this page. I am really excited to be here. So go ahead and ask me any questions you'd like in the comment section and I will get to as many as I can. And I also had a question sent in, emailed to me anonymously. So I will start there until I start seeing some other questions coming in. And I'll just leave the names off of all of these in case I decide to post them elsewhere, like on my website or something. So I won't use your name. So feel free to ask me whatever you'd like, and I'm still getting used to this whole Facebook Live thing, so bear with me if it takes me a while to read the comments and everything. So I'll just go ahead and start out with the question that was sent to me. She says, I have an anonymous question for your video today. We all have baggage or things about ourselves we worry may disqualify us from another person liking us. I ask this because sometimes I feel like I overshare in the beginning stages of dating. At what point in dating is it appropriate to reveal those things about ourselves, and how do you recommend doing so? Or is it ever a good idea to just keep the mystery and not tell a man everything? So, such a great question. I just have so much to say about this. There is something to be said about sort of building intrigue and letting your life story unfold slowly over time. That's how you build intimacy and real chemistry with the right man for you, by opening up and seeing what he does, seeing if he accepts you and loves you eventually, for exactly who you are. That being said, I do believe that the right man for you will completely accept you for exactly who you are. So depending on what it is, this is really something to take a look at. If this is something you have control over, perhaps it's something along the lines of, you aren't fully using your masculine energy for yourself and your own life. And so you're then, using it to try to make something happen with a man on a date or in a relationship. That can be adjusted. That's something you can actually work on within yourself to then start attracting a more masculine energy man. Typically, I've seen, men step up in relationships when you step up for yourself. So see if this is something you have some sort of control over. If you don't, let's say it's like a physical or medical issue or something that you just have no control over, of course, the right man for you is going to completely love you and accept you for exactly as you are. I totally believe that, and I experienced that for myself in my own relationship with my husband. And, if anyone's interested in the details of that, let me know. Type it into the comments, and I'd be happy to share about my experience with that. Really, men want to be loved and accepted for who they are. And a man won't believe that you accept him until he believes that you accept you, till you fully love and accept yourself. So are you accepting this thing about yourself? Very important, because if you have all this energy around, this man is not going to accept me because of this secret or this baggage that I have, whatever it is, you will, of course, find evidence to confirm that belief by attracting men who don't accept you if you're not accepting that part of yourself. So something to take a look at. I know that's a much deeper answer to your question, which I tend to do. You want to take a look at your beliefs around this. Do you believe that the right man for you will love and accept you? All of you, even this baggage, whatever this is. Do you truly believe that? I believe it for you, but it doesn't really matter what I believe. It's all about what you believe. So you want to take a look at some of those deep-seated beliefs. Just from reading your question, my guess is you might not. You might think this is something you need to hide, or no one will ever accept you for this. And so you then attract men who as evidence to confirm that belief. See how much energy you have around this. Something I teach in my new program, The Feminine Art of Attraction, is, what we put our energy on is what we end up attracting. And you're probably familiar with that, if you've read anything about law of attraction, some of that is included in that program. Of course, we go much deeper in terms of using your feminine energy to attract everything you want in life, including the right man for you. So for you, I know you have access to this program, so I would go into Module 2, the Miracle Mindset Practice, and take a look at some of these deep-seated beliefs. Do you believe that there is a man out there for you who's going to love and accept you for exactly as you are? I would go there first. And in terms of, let's see, you said, at what point is it appropriate to reveal those things about ourselves? It depends. There's no hard and fast rule around this. It really depends. Let's see. If you've been dating a while, I would really listen to your intuition and trust yourself. No, I probably would not recommend just blurting this out on the first date or the first phone conversation or something. I would really take a look at, how much has he revealed to you about himself? And you'll just feel it. Your intuition will kick in when you start to trust yourself, and you'll just feel when it's the right time to say something. And in terms of how to say it, you can always just use feeling messages. Rory Ray, my brilliant mentor, has this great tool called feeling messages. So you start with how you feel. Listen, I feel a little awkward bringing this up, but here's something about myself that you might not know. And then say it. Always start with the feeling. I feel awkward bringing this up. It feels a little weird talking about this, but it feels like the right time to tell you. And see what he does. Does he accept you? Does he continue to, likely whatever this is, it might not even be a big deal to him as much as it's a big deal to you. So try it, and I would love to hear how this goes for you. And again, Module 2 and Module 5 will be great for you. Module 5 is all about turning around those limiting beliefs about love. For anyone watching The Feminine Art of Attraction, that's my new program. And it was a masterclass, a 90-day program that Leah Lake and I did. And now you can just, go to my website and download it. So any other questions? I'm not seeing anything being typed in. Let's see. I did receive a question today about a long distance relationship. So long distance is tricky, and it can work out. I've had clients where they met long distance and it ended up working out because one person, moved to the other person, or the long distance was a temporary situation because of a work contract that, took someone to another country or something. If the man, this is, a woman that contacted us today and asked this, if a man is not making moves to see you, it almost doesn't really matter all the nice stuff he says, he has to be making moves to see you, to move it forward. If he's not doing that, something's wrong in the dynamic, something's just off. And that's where coaching can help tremendously, or talking to someone about it. It's hard to tell without the details of the situation, but look at his masculine action towards you. Is he moving it forward? Is he contacting you every day, making plans to see you? In the clients I've had where this has worked out and they've ended up in a real committed relationship, the man plans trips to, for the two of them to be together. He makes plans for the future. So if he's not doing that, something's wrong in the dynamic. And, there are definitely things you can do, but not knowing anything about the situation at all, I'd really want to take a look at, did this start out long distance? There's so many issues with long distance relationships, and a lot of times once it sort of turns real, or once the man feels that you have some sort of expectation, he may start to back off or stop making plans or stop moving it forward. And it's just because we all have a certain amount of intimacy and closeness that we can tolerate in a relationship. So if it becomes too close, that's why long distance, the man is just like, pouring his heart out and expressing all his love. But once it becomes real, if he starts to back off, that's a huge indication that he can't tolerate a real relationship or real intimacy. And if you're in this situation yourself, maybe neither can you. So that's definitely something to take a look at. And that's where things like coaching can just help tremendously. So those are the only questions I've received today. If no one has any more, I will just go ahead and close out, and I will hopefully do this again soon. So I hope you all have a great rest of the day.